بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ياسين.
We heard from Salim how to be a teacher, but from Dr. D, we want to hear how to be a teacher from an academic perspective in academia. So if you're able, yes. Hello, Dr. Dean.
Assalamu alaikum.
Over to you.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm going to talk about lecturing in university. Sorry, I'm just running up the stairs, so I was in the car. The who, what, why about lecturing. So to become a lecturer at university, you need to have a PhD nowadays. But who should do this? Who should become a lecturer? If you want to make a real difference, and one thing I noticed about lecturing is that your students never forget what you tell them. You can inspire people, and there's a empowerment that comes with becoming a lecturer. You have students for 4 to 5 years at university. You have students for about 2 or 3 years at college. And whatever you tell them, whatever you inspire them with, they usually never forget for the rest of their lives. That's what really drives me about lecturing. Now, who should do this job? Let me just tell you a bit about the qualifications. So if you do a PGC, you can teach in any school, primary school, middle school, or high school. And then if you want to start teaching at a high level, college, you don't need the QTS or PGC anymore. And if you want to lecture at university, you could be join as a PhD candidate. So you could finish your master's and then apply for a PhD. And as you are doing your PhD, you can start lecturing at university. So that's the pathway to becoming a lecturer. Now, why I encourage Muslims to get into academia and into becoming a lecturer is that we have a shortage of academic studies done by Muslims in many, many areas, but especially the youth itself. We still don't have, other than research that I've been doing for about 12 years, we don't have any academic data on Muslim youth itself. And these are the kind of things that we can do about our issues, whether it's Islamophobia, whether it's youth attitudes and behavior, societal trends, psychology, mental health. We really need more Muslim lecturers because that really, really will help society as well. So I think if you want to make, I know it's a cliche, make a difference, but I'm sorry my camera's shaking. If you want to make a real difference, and I mean that by, let me give you an example of that. I've had literally thousands of students, and my students will contact me years later and say, sir, we remember something you told us. I'll give you an example. I had one of my students who wasn't a Muslim, but he went to Africa and he started a school and a piece of land with doing organic farming. And he emailed me like 7 years later, and I said, he said, sir, you inspired me. You said something to me about making a difference, adding value. And that's why I'm here today. And that's happened many, many times, not because I'm anything special, but it's just the profession itself. You get this opportunity to have a one-to-one with these young people who can go on to do great things. And I think that's priceless. And this is why I do it. And anything that you do, if you can really, really feel that hunger for it. So it's not about all these great careers that you've learned about today. It's about the one that you want, that you will do the best in. So when it comes to lecturing, you can choose from hundreds and hundreds of subjects. And that's the amazing thing. If you're interested in plastics, you can be a lecturer in materials. If you love psychology, mental health, there's social psychology. There is anthropology, there's sociology, maths, physics. There's so many subjects. There isn't a single thing in the world that you can't be a lecturer in. If you like ants, you can study ants for the rest of your life, subhanAllah. So it is so vast, so amazing as a career that, you know, when I walk into a lecture theatre, I feel amazing, not because of me, but because of the opportunity Allah has given me to inspire all these people. And you're doing it with evidence. You know, like we say, we have Quran and Sunnah, we have Sahih Hadith. We also have in academia, we back it with evidence and research. So we're always using evidences for what we're saying or what we're teaching or what we're backing up. And that's the amazing thing about it. So it's evidence-based, and then on top of that, it's your own findings. Now, in terms of the actual lifestyle of a lecturer, you get your lectures will only be about 15 to 20 hours a week, sometimes even less. And then you get 15 hours a week just to research. So you're getting paid to read. You're getting paid to read your own favorite subject. So imagine that. It's an amazing thing. So you get paid to study what you love. So I don't think there's a job like that in the world where, you know, people are paying you and to do something that you're interested in. And what will happen is your associate or assistant professor or your professor, the dean of the school, you will consult them about what you want to research. So you can say that I want to find out about problems that poor people are having. You know, why are people hungry on the streets? I want to do research on Muslim youth. I want to do research on a certain problem. It could be something you feel. Now, if they give you permission, they'll give you funding as well. There's very little funding at the moment, unfortunately, because of the economy around the world and the COVID. And even before COVID, a lot of the funding had been cut. But you can still get funding. So you get money to do the research, and then you can gather your findings, you know, gather your data and write up a report. You can even write books from that data that you collect. So it's really, really something I highly recommend, that we need more and more Muslims to become academics. And many communities that have succeeded because they have more academic people. So they become the people who join the think tanks, they advise governments, and we don't have many Muslims doing that. So we don't have people that, you know, if you watch a Hollywood film, you always have that, you know, that Hollywood scene where there's a professor or really bright guy. Muslims need to be that bright guy. Yeah, you want to be that professor. I don't know many Muslim professors, you know, so you want to be that professor, you want to be that inspiration, inshallah, so that you can see that your ideas are being embedded into society. Good ideas that really add value to humanity, benefit mankind. That's our job as Muslims. And you're a part of that process. So you become, one more thing that's really great about academia, becoming lecturers, you work with lecturers around the world. So you have peer review, other people check your work, you check theirs. You talk to lecturers, academics around the world. So it's a beautiful network of information and knowledge. So you could be talking to a lecturer or a professor in Japan. But I'm working with a lecturer right now from California. So it's really amazing. Whatever field you like, you'll find somebody who's studying something similar to you, and then you work with them and you produce this great work. Now, whether that gets implemented later, that's governments and budgets and things, but you do your bit by telling people the truth. You say, look, I found out, you know, junk food is killing us. I found out, you know, we're not getting enough exercise, whatever it might be. But your job is to find the truth and give it to the world. And then what happens with it, sometimes it makes a change, sometimes it doesn't. But as a lecturer, you continue giving people that knowledge. And knowledge is power. Thank you. Sorry.
Jazakallah khair. That's very eye-opening. I mean, it's something that most of us have never thought of before. So it's good to get that insight.